Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses election rally at Lunglei. Poll campaign intensifies in Madhya Pradesh, Mizoram and Rajasthan. India lodges strong protest with Islamabad against denial of access to Indian High Commission officials in meeting Indian Sikh pilgrims visiting Pakistan. Terrorists attack Chinese consulate in Karachi, 2 security personnel and 3 terrorists killed in exchange of fire. Guru Nanak Jayanti and Kartik Purnima being celebrated today with traditional fervour. And in cricket, India win toss and opt to bowl first in the second T20 match against Australia in Melbourne. Poll campaigning has intensified in poll-bound states of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Mizoram. Top leaders of various political parties are touring various constituencies to woo the electorate. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed a BJP election rally in Lunglei in Mizoram today. Mr. Modi has said, by working on Act Fast for India's East in the last 4.5 years, the NDA government has developed every region of the Northeast.
Act East and Act Fast फॉर इंडिया ईस्ट की पॉलिसी पर चलते हुए बीते 4.5 वर्ष में हमने नॉर्थ ईस्ट के हर क्षेत्र को विकास से जोड़ा है। बम बंदूक बंद और ब्लॉकेड के दौर से हम नॉर्थ ईस्ट आगे बढ़ चुका है। आज हर कोई अनुभव कर रहा है कि ईटानगर से आइजोल तक, कोहिमा से कामरूप तक आपसी सद्भाव की भावना मजबूत हुई है।
Mr. Modi said the BJP government worked towards both pace and development. The development work of the railways has grown 3 times during the NDA government.
सिस्टर्स एंड ब्रदर, भारतीय जनता पार्टी सिर्फ और सिर्फ देश के विकास को ध्येय बना करके आगे बढ़ रही है। सबका साथ, सबका विकास। हमारा ये भी कमिटमेंट है कि मिजो समाज को संविधान में जो भी अधिकार मिले हैं, उनकी हर कीमत पर रक्षा की जाएगी।
In Madhya Pradesh, with just a few days left for polling, campaigning has intensified across the state. Leaders of political parties are touring various areas, garnering support for their candidates. BJP Chief Amit Shah and Congress Chief Rahul Gandhi are leading the campaign of their parties through rallies and road shows, while some other senior BJP leaders, Nirmala Sitharaman, Rajnath Singh, Shahnawaz Hussain, film actor Paresh Rawal, are also addressing rallies. Apart from Rahul Gandhi, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Sharad Yadav, Mayawati and Akhilesh Yadav are also campaigning for their respective candidates. More from our correspondent.
The Election Commission has set up over 11,000 new polling booths in the state as part of its efforts to ensure a high voter turnout during the elections slated next week. This time, about 21% more polling booths than the last time, and with these new ones, Madhya Pradesh will have around 65,000 polling booths in all. Official sources claim that with this increase in the number of polling booths, no voter in the state will have to travel more than 2 kilometers to vote. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
In Rajasthan, after making all possible efforts, both BJP and Congress are still struggling against rebels. Rebel candidates, having strong base on nearly 45 seats, are causing problems and disturbing all permutations and combinations. After all efforts, the BJP could manage to convince only 8 rebels out of 25, whereas Congress could manage only 4 out of about 30 rebels. Rebels still in the fray from the Congress are former Central Minister Mahadev Singh Khandaila, former Minister in State Babu Lal Nagar and many other party office bearers, while 4 members of State Council of Ministers, Hem Singh Bhadana, Surendra Goyal, Dhan Singh Rawat and Rajkumar Rinwa and many other senior leaders are in the fray. Yesterday, the BJP expelled a total of 11 rebels, including these 4 ministers. Chief Election Commissioner O.P. Rawat today urged district electoral officers and SPs of Telangana to take stern action against poll violations. he asked them to take cognizance of every complaint regarding poll violations. Reviewing the poll preparedness of Telangana and Hyderabad today, he asked them to enhance confidence-building measures among all stakeholders, including political parties and electors, that the elections are being held in a free and fair manner. The polling will be held on the 7th of December in all the 119 constituencies in a single phase. India today strongly protested against harassment and denial of access to Indian High Commission officials and attempts at hostile propaganda during the visit of Indian Sikh pilgrims to Pakistan, the External Affairs Ministry said. Despite having been granted prior travel permission, the consular officials of the Indian High Commission were harassed and denied access yesterday and day before to the Indian pilgrims visiting Pakistan at Gurudwara Nankana Sahib and Gurudwara Sacha Sauda. The ministry said as a result of such harassment, they were compelled to return to Islamabad without performing their diplomatic and consular duties. New Delhi complained that it was the third consecutive visit of the Indian Sikh pilgrims when Pakistan has prevented the High Commission officials from meeting the visiting Indian nationals on the pretext of security in order to deflect attention from Pakistan's violation of the international legal instruments and conventions like the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations and the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. In Pakistan, at least 3 terrorists who mounted an attack on the Chinese consulate in Karachi were killed after an exchange of fire with security personnel. 2 policemen were also killed in the attack, which began with a loud explosion near the Chinese consulate in the morning. After the explosion, the terrorists opened fire and attempted to enter the consulate building. The consulate's private guards, however, quickly barricaded the building in order to stop the attackers from entering. The situation was brought under control around 2 hours after the explosion. Police officers said the terrorists had come to the consulate in a car laden with explosives. New Delhi today strongly condemned the terrorist attack on the Chinese consulate in Karachi this morning. External Affairs Ministry in a press release said there can be no justification whatsoever for any act of terrorism. Describing it as a dastardly attack, the release said the perpetrators of the heinous attack should be brought to justice expeditiously. Meanwhile, at least 25 people have been killed and 35 others injured in an explosion in Hangu city of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province of Pakistan. According to Dawn News TV, the explosion took place this morning near an Imam Bargah in Kalaya Bazar area of Lower Orakzai Agency. The injured have been shifted to hospital in Kohat. Nature of the blast is so far unknown. Security sources said rescue and search operation is underway in the area. No group has so far claimed responsibility for the attack. President Ramnath Kovind arrived in Melbourne this morning on the last and final leg of his 2-nation visit to Vietnam and Australia. Governor of Victoria, Linda Dessau, received him at Government House. The President addressed students of Melbourne University. Yesterday, addressing the Australia-India Business Council in Sydney, President Ramnath Kovind emphasized the need to strengthen trade and business relations between India and Australia. Guru Nanak Jayanti or Gurpurab and Kartik Purnima are being celebrated with traditional fervour today. Gurpurab marks the birth of the first Sikh Guru, Guru Nanak, who laid the foundation of Sikhism. This year marks the 549th birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev. On this date, Sikh devotees around the world offer prayers. Starting with Akhand Path, the Gurudwaras recite 48-hour-long non-stop verses from the Guru Granth Sahib, the holy book of the Sikhs. In Uttar Pradesh, Kartik Purnima Snan or bathing is continuing with gaiety and religious fervour. A huge gathering thronged at ghats of sacred rivers and water bodies. A report filed by our Lucknow correspondent.
The holy bathing and rituals, which started early in the morning at Brahma Mahut, is still continued at various river banks, including Sangam at Prayag, the Shashimedi Ghat and Assi Ghat at Varanasi, Bithur at Kanpur, Saryu Ghat at Ayodhya, Tigari Dham, Garmukteshwar, Ram Ghat at Chitrakoot, and Ghatia Ghat at Farkawat. Devotees, after bathing, are offering oblation in the name of God. According to Hindu mythology, bathing and offering of things on this very day has a specific value and importance, resulting in punya. MS Yadav, AIR News, Lucknow.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in India and abroad in the 50th edition of the Mann Ki Baat program of All India Radio this Sunday. Mr. Modi has been raising various important issues through the monthly program. He had shared his thoughts on goods and services tax, GST. More from our correspondent.
On 30th July last year, Prime Minister had shared his thought about the GST. He had said, this is not just a tax reform, but also a new economic order that will strengthen a new culture of honesty. Mr. Modi said, doing business has become so much easier and the trust of customers for the traders is increasing.
GST के फायदे दिखने लगे हैं और मुझे बहुत संतोष होता है, खुशी होती है जब कोई गरीब मुझे चिट्ठी लिख करके कहता है कि जीएसटी के कारण एक गरीब की जरूरत की चीजों में कैसे दाम कम हुए हैं, चीजें कैसे सस्ती हुई है। जीएसटी, जिसे मैं गुड एंड सिंपल टैक्स कहता हूँ, सचमुच में उसने हमारे अर्थव्यवस्था पर एक बहुत ही सकारात्मक प्रभाव और बहुत ही कम समय में उत्पन्न किया है। जिस तेजी से स्मूथ ट्रांजिशन हुआ है, इसने पूरे देश में एक नया विश्वास पैदा किया है। इतने बड़े विशाल देश में उसको लागू करना और सफलतापूर्वक आगे बढ़ना, ये अपने आप में सफलता की एक बहुत बड़ी ऊंचाई है।
Talking to AIR News, Minister of State for Finance, Shiv Pratap Shukla said the GST collection has increased and now it has touched the mark of 1 lakh crore rupees.
आज जीएसटी धीरे धीरे अपने पोर्टल को ठीक करते हुए अनेक प्रकार के परिवर्तन भी किए। आज 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए लोगों ने जीएसटी जमा किया। यह सबसे बड़ी उपलब्धि रही कि इस देश में 60% टैक्स पेयर जो करोड़पति हुए बढ़े, ये जीएसटी की देन है। जो उस समय सुंदर और सरल टैक्स की बात आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने किया, आज वो पूरे समाज में संदेश दे रहा है।
The GST has replaced multi-layered, complex indirect tax structure with a simple, transparent and technology-driven tax regime and has proved as a good and simple tax. With Dipendra, Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
The International Film Festival of India, IFFI, is screening 2 movies this year for the visually impaired persons with special audio-described technology as part of Accessible India campaign. The first movie of the package, Sholay, was screened today. The second film under Accessible India campaign, Hichki, will be screened tomorrow. News Services Division of All India Radio brings you a special daily roundup on the 49th International Film Festival of India, Goa. This is being broadcast in Parikrama and Aaj Savere till the 29th of this month. Stay tuned to FM Gold for the latest updates about the festival. Aaj Savere can be heard from 7:30 a.m. and Parikrama from 4:30 p.m. on FM Gold channel. Australia were 52 for 4 wickets in 9 overs against India in the second T20 at MCG Melbourne when reports last came in. Earlier, India's captain Virat Kohli won the toss and sent Australia in to bat. India must win the match to stay in the series. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses election rally at Lunglei. Poll campaign intensifies in Madhya Pradesh, Mizoram and Rajasthan. India lodges strong protest with Islamabad against denial of access to Indian High Commission officials in meeting Indian Sikh pilgrims visiting Pakistan. Terrorists attack Chinese consulate in Karachi. 2 security personnel and 3 terrorists killed in exchange of fire. Guru Nanak Jayanti and Kartik Purnima being celebrated today with traditional fervour. And in cricket, India win toss and opt to bowl first in the second T20 match against Australia in Melbourne. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.nic.in. With that, we end the Midday News.